So, aside from the computer not working, my sinuses are all blocked up, so apologies if I have...
Long ago, in times past, the god Cronus reigned over the world. Now it is the age of Zeus, and the mighty lord of thunder rules in Mount Olympus. After the impiety of Lycaon and his sons, Zeus decided to destroy the race of men by sending a great flood over the earth. Only Deucalion, king of Parnassus, and his wife Pyrrha survived. Sometime later, when the race of men began to grow once again, ancient Cadmus followed a Delphic oracle and founded the city of Thebes. Thebes was one of the first great cities in the world, though it would become renowned for its tragedy. First, Pentheus was persecuted by the god Dionysus, and later Oedipus accidentally slew his father and married his own mother. Since then it has been riven with civil war, though now Thersander, son of Polynices, has the city under his control. The world's first great empire, however, was built up by Minos, the king of Knossos. Minos, the father of the infamous Minotaur, was the first to build a fleet. He ravaged the Aegean and waged war against Athens and Megara.
You may not hear this for about 3 minutes.
After losing the war, the Athenians were compelled to pay an annual tribute of 50 young boys and girls to Minos to feed the Minotaur. However, the young Athenian prince Theseus slew the beast and freed Athens from Minos' power. Yet today, Theseus' family has become less important. Today the world is in crisis, and it was in the lands of the Phrygians that this began. It was here, around Mount Sipylus, that Tantalus fed his own son Pelops to the gods at a banquet. After the gods had realized this and restored Pelops to life, Tantalus was condemned to suffer in Hades. Pelops fled west to Achaea, and today the land of the Myonians is ruled by Talimenes and his sons Mesthles and Antiphus.
We may have a slight delay in the
To the south of the Myonians, the land of Lycia is ruled by the family of Bellerophon. This famous hero was in exile from Ephyra in Achaea, and was the one who, his grandson Sarpedon is now king of the Lycians.
it's loading
Another
again.
exile from Ephyra, though more recent than Bellerophon, Tlepolemus has made his home on the island of Rhodes.
There we go. So we got the Lycians. I think we go to Troy now. Oh no, I think it goes up to Partha or Thessaly. Or there we go. Myrmidons? No, it's going further north.
The land of Thessaly has had a long history. In the time of Theseus of Athens, the Centaurs and the Lapis fought a great war after the Centaurs started a fight at a Lapis wedding. As a result of their slaughter,
what I really like about this game is that as you start off,
it was from Thessalian Iorcus that the Argonauts, led by noble Jason, set out for Colchis to obtain the Golden Fleece with a band
really
of
sets the
heroes,
scene.
among whom was Nestor, the current king of Pylos.
Can only hear the game commentary.
Great Asclepius, who has died and joined the immortal gods, the patron of healers. In the land of Thea, Peleus, an exile from Aegina, now rules, and his son Achilles is said to be one of the greatest Greek warriors since the time of Heracles.
Test 1, 2, are you hearing me? Might need to get the mic changed up, hold on. Alright, Should be on with the mic now. Potentially. Just getting the loading screen. What a disaster. And now I have no game audio. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 2 seconds. No. Why would you do that? There we go. My god. It's working now, yeah. But the audio isn't. The chat is delayed because you're only seeing. Yeah, you can see me fixing it now. That's how far back the stream is. Alright, what a disaster, but we're here. It's working. If you're in the stream and you're watching and everything's working now, chuck a like on there. I can see somebody disliked it. And I think I disrupted the game script by the looks. Let's see what's going on here. I have... oh no. It's frozen. Are you kidding? Oh, here we go. We can move around. Alright. So, hi everyone. Sorry for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes of just random unnarrated footage. This is a mod for Rome Total War, Alexander Total War. Bear with me, it's called Aristeia Total War. I think I put the links in the description. If not, I'll add them shortly, so if they're not there now, come back later and they will be. But more or less, it's a mod that I helped work on going back about 10 years now. It really adds a lot of value to the game. We're playing as the Mycenae, or the sons of Arteris. And if we have a look here, this guy right here, him, that's me right there, Ostrus, Orestes. He's the son of Agamemnon. I got the option of putting my character, my face on a character for the work I did on the modding, and when I saw the character for Agamemnon, I just thought he looked suspiciously like me. That's Menelaus. Agamemnon's here. I saw a similarity and I went, hey, you know what? Chuck me on the sun there. So this differs from normal Total War games because you have to have a slow build up to being able to, be able to have an army or field an army of this size. This is the other way around, where you have a giant army at the beginning. You've got a very short amount of time to kind of get Troy, otherwise your money will just go into the negatives and it'll take you years to pay it back, and you're very likely to get slaughtered back home. So you can see we've got my allies over here. This is Nestor and his armies. Over here are some Trojans and these guys, Myonians. Here are some Myrmidons here, Palladion heroes. Here's Ajax. There's Odysseus. So we've got all our ally camps and we're sort of all scattered around the Scamander, and we have to tactically move forward and take Troy without too many losses so that we can actually go ahead. I think that's Nestor there, yeah, the Anax. So Anax means king. It's all in ancient Greek. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this army to here, and see this guy's waiting in ambush everywhere. That's Helenus. It's one of Priam's sons. So I'm just going to try... I can't even attack him now. It's all just a big chess game at the beginning. If I attack with this random... see, they don't get any backup because it's all... That guy there is blocking, but he can't assist for some reason. Ah, no, what have I done? And now I've just sent Menelaus down to here with the Belafrontians. So yeah, it's all a bit muddled. That's one of my allies there. I wonder if I attack. No, it's just me against Sarpedon, who's king of the Belafronians, Glaucus' cousin, Trollus, and Nestes, who are... what's he? Nestes is a Trojan, so I'm not gonna have a dog in that fight. I want to somehow be able to, but I can't. Maybe I can move to that spot there. There we go. This might work. No. I'll stay in defense because having a defensive position on the river is good, and I'll just jump back to Mycenae. We want to start raising a bit of an army here. Just because I want to start exploring these lands. Just, you know, that's a rebel city there, so I want to be able to take that. Secure my position for the inevitable defeat at Troy. Right, so our first battle. Oh, we have Patroclus backing us up, and we've got Menelaus the Warlike, and we're versing Sarpedon, so this could be a very handy battle if we win it. If we win it, it'll put us ahead. This is all an original soundtrack as well, so they got, I can't even remember his name, but they got this awesome Italian guy in to compose a soundtrack himself. Alright, start deployment. Remember my keys for the battle. It's been a few years as well since I played. Oh. Camera speed is too slow. Boom, okay. There we go. Archers. Chuck them out on there. Some more archers over there. And all the voices in game are Greek as well. It's a Greek mod. So they didn't build this all themselves. They... oh, and there's our friends over there. Those are horses. Send some javelins that way, and those are archers. Oh no, they're not. I assume they were because of the name, but they're totally not. Let's meet these guys. Now this is one of the coolest things about this game, is the hero units. So there's Menelaus by himself. It says that he's heroic with 5, which means generally it means that there are 5 people in his unit, but the rest are invisible. You can see their shadows, but they're invisible. And what he is he's actually been given the power of an elephant unit. There's Sarpedon. So this is meant to be an epic duel, but it gets a bit awkward if you run in. That's why I've got him walking. Shit. I'm not managing this battle very well. Okay, where is he? Sarpedon's running after my men. So, because they've been given the power of an elephant unit, they can pretty much just break a whole unit themselves. But here we go. Menelaus is here. We can start him walking now. Sarpedon's in the gold. And now they're going to start. This is how they fight. And because Sarpedon's got his back turned, Menelaus has actually got the upper hand. He might kill him. This might be good. Come on. He can't run. Oh, he has run. Damn it. But basically the game is all about distracting the enemy general while you get your general to come in behind him and stab him in the back. That's the tactic. Those arrows will do nothing. Now Sarpedon is actually... his face is one of the other developers. One of the main guys. Zehuge, I think was his name. Or Zenith Darksea, I think was his name on the Total War forum. This is bad. Menelaus has to get in there. He's got to start walking. Okay, what have we got up here? This battle is not going well. Let's see. Frightened by hero, winded. They seem to be going okay. These guys are all good. Looks like they're out of ammo. Menelaus is moving in. And meanwhile, we've got my friends, the, oh, they're on this side. We've got the Thessalians, Achilles' men moving in as well, so that's good. Patroclus is the general there. So if Menelaus dies, this battle's still in hand. Stop running. They get to these death spirals where they just run around each other. He's gonna get him. There he goes. He's just got to remember to walk. Now you're in the good. Oh, no, you're in a bad position. Turn. Get one spear thrust in. It's not looking good for Sarpedon. Might just have to speed this up a bit. Epic battle. He did it. And now my men are just running for their lives because I've been ignoring them, basically just leaving them to their own devices. What are these guys doing? Oh, these are my archers and my slingers. They just got decimated by the chariots. But we can see Sarpedon's down, so that's positive. Did Menelaus just... Oh my god, what happened? I missed it. Jeez, I wasn't even paying attention and now my heir to the throne is dead. It's not going... I mean, it's going well in regards to how many enemies we've slain. 64% to 30 of the allies, but considering we had twice the number, it's a little bit embarrassing. I'm clearly a bit rusty. What are these guys doing? We're going to go Alt. We use our bare swords on them. So these are some light horsemen with javelins. My guy's just going to come in and swirl them up. That'll resolve itself. Where's Patroclus? We'll find Patroclus. He's around here somewhere. Little square flag. There he goes. So this is Patroclus. Is it? House of Peleus. I don't think that is Patroclus actually. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. He's got his little cape. He looks a bit like Achilles, just to sort of throw a little, you know, little hint at the unfortunate fate that befalls him. What are these guys even doing? Can they do anything more helpful? The slingers with quite a bit of ammo. So at the moment it's kind of, this whole battle's turned into a rout. There's a lot of bodies here. I'm kind of leaving it up to my allies to move through and just kind of clean up the mess. I'm leaderless at the moment, so it makes sense why I can't really contribute too much. If we just do this, turn up to speed 3, we'll kind of just let... Yeah, there's this guy. I mean, there must be a live unit somewhere. That's why it hasn't asked me if I want to finish the battle yet. That's theirs. That's theirs. There. Oh, there we go. Victory. We'll end the battle there. So clear victory. We deployed 800. We got left for 400. We killed 500. So that's not bad. Sarpedon started with 900. He's left with 140. So Patroclus really cleaned up. But they only killed 258. So I really took the brunt of it. And it's clear with my losses. So that's not ideal. But yeah, you kind of want it to go... You kind of want to reduce your army as much as possible. And here we have a suitor. He's betrothed to Cherethimus. He's 34. I think she's like 14. So weird. But I will accept him because he's got good leadership, wisdom and honour, and he's got whatever his traits. He's sharp and he's a good attacker, so that's good. He's probably, where would he end up? Probably back home. Warrior host? No? Is he in Sparta? Is this him? That's Nicostratus, so that's Menelaus' son. Actually, we'll pull up the old dynasty. So that was, when the game starts, there's a script to kill Atreus, and Agamemnon automatically becomes king. And now for some reason Nicostratus is the heir because Menelaus was the heir. So I'm just going to go and make Aristeia me the heir. Nicostratus will get a trait that makes him feel unworthy, but it's the right, it's the right line. And then after that there's Electra, so whoever her husband is would be heir after me unless I conceive a child with, oh no, that's my sister. Ooh. Game of Thrones. Yeah. 1534. So where's this guy? Ah, he's in the camp. So there's a leaderless group here. He can go and lead them. There we go. And we can get Agamemnon there, his father-in-law. And then any further attacks, Agamemnon will be back up. Can we hire some mercenaries? We'll hire some mercenaries. Full stack on the ford there. Menelaus' unled group. So there's Paris. Got a lot of Myrmidons here with the ants. We've got a Trojan host here, led by, oh yeah, there's Troilus. So I don't like to attack those guys. I might actually try and get my troops back to, and then I'm blocked by Ajax, but then probably this guy as well. I'll just leave my troops there. Dynastic news, I've got a new heir, and I disowned him straight away. Heroic death, so we had Menelaus die, that's a bit sad. How's our recruiting going for a new army? We got one more group. Okay, I'm gonna start recruiting here as well. Oh, this place is not auto-managed. Just get a couple of guys going there, just closer to the target. And I auto-manage this place as well. I'll build some farms and some roads. Just a few more, just to keep the peace while I have the money. Get a port and some better roads and some farms. Okay, cool. Alright, ready to go. What will befall us now? Troy attacks us. House of Dardanos. Hector the horse tamer. So he's got 945. I've got 933. Agamemnon has 1,000, and this allows him to be controlled by a computer. Helenus is just one guy. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to control Agamemnon. Every time I lose a unit, one of his will come onto the field. Just means that I can deploy them myself. Actually, I'm going to let this play out with Agamemnon under AI. I normally don't like to let the AI go for it, but we'll see how it goes. They tend to be a little bit rogue, but as we could see in the last round, Patroclus cleaned up and Menelaus died. Plus I got the ford, so that's good. It's hard to see. There's a, especially with this mod, it really, there it is. That's the ford there. So what you want to do is you want to get your heavy troops. Yeah, you can see it right now. You place them directly across, and then I get my spearmen, sort of just lap them all over here and here, and get my swordmen right up in there as well. Get my mercenaries right in the middle. Who are we missing? We've got our slingers. So slingers have short range, they'll go here. Archers. Put these guys here, turn on fire. Fire mode. A whole bunch of... put these archers out here. turn on their fire mode, and we'll disable skirmish mode, so that makes them run away when enemies get too close, but these enemies are going to be locked in to an epic struggle. Then I've got my chariots, I'll just leave them here. This 34-year-old suitor has to prove his worth. He's going to stand right in the middle. And hopefully I've actually got the forward right, because I can't see it anymore. I can kind of see it. So we'll see if they charge up the middle there. And in either case, Agamemnon's got my back. So let's just make sure that they're coming up the right path. You can see them kind of lining up. Are they lining up? Oh yeah, I had it right. So this is the ford. These are the heavy Trojan soldiers. Can't remember their name. Agra. I think it means like silver spearmen. God, they look cool. The textures that these guys did in the mod are just amazing. All I did, just to clear the air, all I did was a little bit of coding for just some like changing names of units and settlements and stuff like that to the Greek names. It wasn't very exciting. Alright, here we go. So my archers are starting to... They'll be in range shortly. Just worried about these guys. I might bring them into here real quick. Just because they're moving so slow. I haven't slain anyone yet. We're just hindering them and freaking them out with their... But Hector is here as well, and he's got some ridiculous stats, so... Just have to remember that little chestnut. And our mercenaries are getting fired on already. There they come. Oh, no way. He died straight away. Oh, that is embarrassing. I should have left him in the back rows. There's Hector. He's gonna own this thing, man. Don't let them through. These guys are all going to be compromised now that their general's dead. So we're really just going to hold this bank until... See, these guys are running already, frightened by the hero. Hector. There he is. Red cape. He's routing them all. Shitballs. Oh, that's so disappointing. Right, let's just speed this up. Trojans are across. Open field. Slow it down. 10% of enemies slain, so that's double what we've lost. Which is positive. Here's Agamemnon. Is he gonna meet Hector in open battle? That's crazy. That's crazy. If they can coordinate right. What's he doing? He's running around. Get over here. Do I have any troops available? Have they all given up? Let's just send them all after Hector. Those aren't my troops. Oh, these guys are getting taken on by Helenus. The other hero. There is it. There's a generic Trojan hero there. So there are some unique skins for the, you know, the big names, and then everyone else gets a generic skin. Send my guys in. Send a couple of slingers his way. Where's the main part? Oh yeah, there's some resistance there. It's just about getting these guys back into the... They're just standing there. Come back and crush these Trojan fucking cells. Oh, knocked a couple of them over. Hopefully they frightened by hero. There's Agamemnon. Oh, he's going to take on Helenus. Stab him. Oh, we've got the upper hand. Now they're fighting each other. I know it's hard to tell. He did it! He killed Helenus, but Helenus was a man on his own, so it doesn't really affect the morale of anybody else. Oh yeah, I've got a couple of men around. These guys are trying to take on Hector. They're all gonna die. You can see he drops one every swing. Sometimes two. And it's because he's got the statistics of an elephant. Like, that's not a metaphor, he's literally an elephant unit. They can go up and break down gates, which is pretty cool. Oh, he's struggling. He's struggling. So we just need... yeah, there's Agamemnon. Just need him to cut his way through. He's fighting... These are some much more powerful units. But it does say only a military genius could win this battle, so they are aware that fighting Agamemnon with only 25 men, they had 30 just a few seconds ago. And these heavy units here, these are Peloponnesoi Panacheloki. Oh yeah, they're routing. They're routing now. And these guys here, these guys are encircled. You got, oh fuck, come over here. I know you can't use your arrows. You could always like run up and stab some guys. I might just fast motion this, and I'm pretty sure Victor's going. He's going pretty good. They're exhausted. He's probably he's very tired. So we're wearing him down. He's just killing everybody. Maybe a rogue arrow will get him. This guy's really... He's the last man in his unit. Is it? Pretty sure he's trying to retreat. Just get some javelins thrown at him. From behind, he tends to be a bit weaker. Run him down. You can see him flattening the grass because it still thinks he's an elephant in the game, which is quite funny. Here we go. They're trying to keep him, but he's stopped. Maybe we can get everybody come and fight him. Did we get him? Yes! Hector is dead. Well, that's positive. Clear victory. Except Agamemnon's dead, which means that Orestes back home in Mycenae is the Anax, or the king. And we also lost Laterus before he could conceive a child with his 15-year-old wife. So it means that the family line is thinning a little bit. Alright, here he is, our new king. Is he? I thought I made him king. Oh yeah. Hold on, no, sorry. Agamemnon survived, of course, so he's still king. And Orestes is still Inoclus. Heroic death. Oh, boo-hoo. But now the path is open for us. Where's Agamemnon? He's here. So what we can do is we can go like we can sort of pepper these units into each other, and just make sure that we've got some full units, and we can take the remainder of whatever's left in the other unit as well. Those guys are pretty good. Doesn't make one. Oh, we've got two left. Well, they can go. There's another one there. Boom. So I'm going to send him forward without being ambushed, hopefully. Good. Who else can we make? Oh yeah, we can do this. And we can drag in and drop them there. What else do we need? Oh yeah, if we got another one of these guys. What else can we do? That's pretty good, a unit of 50. And maybe we'll chuck. So chariots. There we go. That's overpowered. But if they attack me, I've got this backup. I'll see if I can move him. No, we don't want to do that. Move him up here. Oh, we've also got these guys. Oh, Paris's attack. Retreat. I'd rather not. But now I can kind of... If he stays there, I could move around him and potentially catch him on the bridge. Alright. That's going well. Are we ready to attack Athens yet? We've got a pretty big amount of men there. I'm still training units there. Might send these 2 units down. I might get Nicostratos to bring some of his units up. Oh, Tega. Jeez, that's a full stack. Okay, let's reinforce and can I hire any mercenaries? Let's encircle them. They could probably take me on. Nicostratos might weigh the balance of power, but we will end the turn on that note. Paris is attacking, and Agamemnon is going to be controlled by me this time. Let's take out both the brothers. Alright, I just realised this stream's almost gone on for 40 minutes, even though it's taken me some time to get everything working. This is just going to be a rogue charge. And we'll get the real army up from over here. Because they're all just slingers. They'll retreat. Attack this unit here. Bring them down. There we go, they lost one. And now I'm going to lose a whole bunch of guys. Oh jeez, the numbers. Oh, these are my mercenaries. These guys are pretty good. I wish I had more of them. So the guys who made this mod, they made a Troy Total War, like way back in the day. And that was pretty, it was based on the movie Troy. So it wasn't as... I guess it wasn't as original, was the only feedback that I'd have about it. But it was like, it was a bloody awesome mod. They did a really good job of the these guys need to back off. They did a really good job of the textures and the overall feel of it, but they just lifted the soundtrack of Troy and like made all the skins look like the movie. Here we go, we can kind of encircle this unit if we catch them. Yeah, we got them. These are the heavy units, and these are my heavy units, so this is going to be pretty evenly matched, except I have twice as many men, and I'm going to get them behind them. There we go. Not quite behind them, but it's still, it'll be an impact. Oh god, where's Agamemnon? There he is. He's right in there. Only a military genius could win this battle. It's always encouraging to see them feeling that way. These guys here are in the same boat. So it really is... Where's Paris? There he is. I like the design they did for him. They really dressed him up. In the Iliad he's described as having a leopard skin, and they gave him that and they made him look all... He's quite lightly armoured. He's running away. What's he doing? He's probably going after the main general, which is this guy here, because this is technically is the main general of my army. If he dies, a lot of morale is lost, but he's not a hero unit, so he'll die pretty easily. So hopefully we win enough ground so that when that happens, it's not a big deal. If we pick off these... Are those slingers? Yeah, those slingers have been turned into militia mode. They're not going to do a lot of damage. There you go, he's there. So we're starting to break these guys away. These guys are holding steady. There's Paris. Yeah, he's doing some damage. These are some archers that have pulled out swords. These guys are getting smoked. Oh, these are royal guardsmen. Oh, these are my mercenaries. See, they're still alive. They started off with 20. We're down to 11. They're doing pretty good. We're down to 10. I feel bad for them. But yeah, the reason I was talking about the original mod is that these are the probably only remaining skins. Actually, the Royal Guards, they're from the Trojan movie. If you remember the Troy movie, there were some guards that looked like this, and these mercenaries. So that's quite poetic that the two skins that I can remember surviving from the original have made it. I think there are some Lydians that have the same skin. Do what you can. Shoot arrow, shoot arrow, shoot our old Paris with an arrow. I think I've got some more men on the sidelines. Where's my sidelines? Over here? Yeah, I've had some more men move into the fold as units have disappeared. Bring them up. Here we go. These are archers with daggers, so they'll drop pretty easily with Agamemnon behind them. Stab. See, he dropped 5 at once. It's insane. So these guys are going to waver pretty quickly. They're unhappy over taking casualties. Once they get to 20, I reckon their flag will turn white. Here we go, they're down to 18 now. 14. Oh, they're standing pretty strong. It's because Paris is still alive. There they go. Down to 3. That's pretty grim. I feel like this is my main force here. these guys to just take them out. Some support from them. Oh, and them. Managed to break these guys. We'll line up. There he is. So these guys are all pretty much running back to Troy now. There are some surviving units. I could probably just sort of disrupt them a bit. Okay. How many have they got? 34. 25, 21, 18, 16, 14. They're not even defending themselves. Wipe them out. Oh, we've got Paras over here. Caught him. Walk. They get all frantic when they're running after somebody. He can't even, like, just trying to get them to interact sometimes is a bit of a trick. They're losing units, just go in there. Should send them all away. They're just gonna... Oh, great. Some random person killed Paris. Well, at least Agamemnon's still alive. So you can see... I might try wrap this stream up pretty soon. Oh, no, I'm getting attacked again by Asakos. Asakos. And he's got the upper hand again. I'll do the same thing. You can see how quickly the armies, I mean, everyone had like 3 or 4 stacks. I think Troy starts off with 6 or 7 just because of the small volume that they have. You can see how important it is to kind of quickly address the numbers around. We'll do the same thing. Gallant charge. We'll bring in the main heavy units. Over here. That's us? Okay. Speed it up. They're ignoring these guys. It's because they're getting flattened. I'm kind of losing patience. Let's just do a random charge at these spearmen. Right in the center. Boom. We'll let them encircle us and see if we can fight our way out. Where's Agamemnon? He's got to kill their general. If he can kill their general, we're all good. Oh, his general's walked into the middle of the fray. And out again. You can see him. You can see it. He's the square one. What's he doing? He's just walking around. All my men are running. Shoot. Now it's just Agamemnon. And a few followers. This is going to be epic. Let's see. I've lost 29% of my army. He's lost 25%, which is, in relation, is pretty huge considering he had, what, twice as many? Did Agamemnon just die? He's gone. This battle is lost. That was poor tactics on my part, I admit. We might still be able to kill this guy. Just keep peppering him with arrows and stones. I've only got 4 archers, so they're not really going to do it. And because they're not, I'll make them flee. Run! Oh, they got killed. Okay. Oh, and there's these guys that came out. Come on. Best thing I can do is just reduce their numbers for my allies, and maybe somebody else will win Troy. But I might turn my attention back to the Peloponnese and just take that over. Now that I've basically lost almost all my armies. Yeah, they're routing. Damn. That's a decisive loss, that is. The cool thing about this game as well is if you have a diplomat, you can bribe other heroes from other nations. So there was a game where I used some cheats, obviously, but I managed to bribe like Achilles to join. You can't get an heir. Once they become an heir to the throne, they kind of... So maybe it was Patroclus I got. How am I still alive? Final charge. Did they get him? Oh no. They're routed. Average defeat. So we still managed to kill more people than we lost. Hold on. Oh yeah, that math stacks up. I thought I might have killed some of my own men. But in the end we really didn't do a lot to reduce their total number of defenders. And now they're attacking this random group. I'm gonna auto-resolve this because these are just close defeat. Pretty even. Still have men remaining. Insignia has a husband betrothed to her. He's manly and he's organised. Sounds like my type of guy. And Agamemnon has died, which means Aristeia is now the king. We've got Tega about to be... If I was to assault it, it's pretty balanced. I could probably win. But I might send up another unit. Send these guys to Megara. Orestes is going to begin his military career. Megara of taking Athens, which looks like he might be able to do it. Let's set forth. And we can't hire any mercenaries, which is the main reason why I set off. Dynastic news. Yeah. News from abroad. Oh, so it looks like the House of Telamon, which is Ajax, right there, has abandoned alliances with almost all the other houses of the Aegean, or the Achaean League. And it looks like I'm about to be invaded by this guy next round. So we'll leave it there. Who knows? If there's demand for it, I might pick the stream up again on like a fortnightly basis. We'll call this the live stream. Definitely some stuff happening there if you want to see it. I've been Unoriginal, and I'm going to sign off now because I'm starting to feel that sickness really settle in, and I'm going to go to bed. So thanks for stopping by. We've got some new videos in production. They should be dropping over the next 2 weeks or so. We're going to revisit Luxury Pranks for the final time, And we've got another episode of The Pills, which is The People I Like Lots, coming out once I can figure out how to script an ending for it. So that is all from me. I am going to have to go Alt-Tab because I'm still figuring out all this stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again real soon.